G'day there, Guardians. So in this video I want to give you a rundown of public events, how to activate and make the most of heroic public events. We're going to start with the Fallen events and then we'll work our way through different classes of events and finish up finally with the Taken Blight event on IO. The first one we're going to do here is look at the Fallen Glimmer extraction, and you can see here when you start the event you've got 3 Vandals. You have 3 waves, and so you start up with 3 Vandals, you kill the 3 Vandals and then a Captain spawns. But you don't want to kill those Vandals and the Captain before you kill this. This thing here is the Glimmer extractor, or the Glimmer drill type thing. You drop that on each of the waves, and then you kill those Vandals and the Captain when he spawns. So this is the second one. And then again the 3rd wave, dropping the 3rd one, and that will make it a heroic event. And the object, once it's heroic, is to capture the Glimmer that the Fallen have tried to extract. So you can see here there's a whole bunch. All these ads basically turn yellow or much more powerful, and the circle of Glimmer appears. We stand inside that circle until the extraction timer kind of runs out. So it's just a capture point. The problem with this capture point is a Gigantor Captain is going to spawn and come and try and take it, and he will stomp on you when he gets into that circle. So he will make his way to that circle and then stomp you. You kill him, and that is the major threat. A bunch of yellow bar captains will also spawn, but once he's dead, the primary threat is eliminated, and all you have to do is capture the point before the time runs out, and you will have succeeded in completing the heroic event. The easiest way to do this, obviously, is in a fire team. You can solo it too, but it's a lot harder.
You'll have to keep some for yourself, you know.
The second event is the Fallen Ether Resupply. Essentially it's this gigantic servitor event, and the way that you make this servitor event an heroic event is he spawns servitors, 3 servitors. So initially he will spawn at 1 servitor and you kill that one. When you get his health down low enough, you can see here 3 servitors spawn. You have to kill those 3 servitors in quick succession, because they are only there for a short period of time, shielding the main servitor, and that melee is huge. If you succeed in getting all 3 of those servitors down, as you can see, you make that event heroic. Now, it gets a whole lot harder, because after that, if you get in the line of sight, the rapid fire from that major servitor will absolutely wreck you. But if you've got a fire team, or you're good enough to stay clear of lines of sight, kill ads, and also get enough DPS on that boss, then you can succeed in getting heroic loot from that as well. The 3rd event is the Fallen Walker event. Now, to start this event, you have to kill the Captain that spawns, the yellow bar Captain. You kill him, and that will spawn the first Fallen Walker. The object with making this heroic is that you get the legs down. Each time you blow a leg off, it will drop 3 arc charges. So if you can drop 2 legs at the same time, you can get 6. You'll see around the place there are these little nodes next to those shields. You pop each of those arc charges into one of those nodes. When you've done all 6 and got rid of all of those shields, that will spawn a second Fallen Walker, and that creates the heroic event. Obviously, a second Fallen Walker makes it a whole lot harder, but you've got 6 cannons available to you as well. On top of that, if you're on Titan in Siren's Watch doing this event, a gigantic hydraulic repair shank spawns, and you have to drop that as well. It's basically like Thorn Saber or those massive heavy shanks that you sometimes see throughout the missions. Drop both of the Fallen Walkers and you succeed in completing the event. The next one is the Witch's Ritual on Titan. This one is the Hive event on Titan. You can see here by standing on the plate. Going in, you stand on these plates, you drop those immunity shields on the wizards, and once those wizards go down, you have a limited period of time, so you have to stand on both plates. When you stand on both plates, you can see these crystals spawn just above the portal. On either side of the portal you can see these crystals. You stand on each of the plates. There we are. You stand on each of the plates and you can shoot those crystals. When you drop both of those crystals in quick time, you have a limited time to drop those before the wizard spawns. If you drop them both before the wizard spawns, you will actually spawn a gigantic knight, just like Alakul the Darkblade from Destiny 1, who runs around with a massive axe. And he has a buddy that generally spawns with him as well, although in this version his buddy doesn't spawn. You obviously drop him in time, and when he goes down, that is the end of the event. Well done, and you can collect your loot. Just watch out for all these cursed thralls though, they can make it a whole lot tougher.
Everything, Guardian.
Next we've got the Vex event on Nessus. When you start the event, you can see these little shiny trails that go off. They go off to 3 plates. You have to activate and capture each of the 3 plates, but don't let anything sacrifice itself or integrate with the spire that is forming. If they do that, you've got 10 integrations, just like the Vex sacrifice event in Destiny 1. If you lose all 10, then that's event over and you fail. But if you capture the zones, all 3 zones, you still have to stop Vex from integrating into that before the time limit runs out. But you also have a couple massive hydras, some cyclopses that spawn, and in this case we had a big yellow bar hobgoblin. But you capture those zones, kill those things, make sure that nothing integrates, or that you've still got at least 1 integration left by the end of the timer, and you are successful. Congratulations, you've finished that event. The Cabal events, we've got here the Glimmer extraction again for the Cabal. This is a Cabal extraction event. The way that you make this event heroic is about 30 or 40% into the event, you will see a Thresher, a Cabal Thresher spawn. Look in the sky, don't worry about capturing the zone. There it is up there. You look in the sky and we just try and drop that Thresher. It'll come back. If you miss it the first time, it will do another pass. If you don't get it after the second pass, that's it. If you blow the Thresher away, just as you're about to see, congratulations, you have joined the heroic event. That's the heroic version. The big dude spawns and you drop him. He goes down like a sack of spuds if you've got some supers and some shotties, although he will stomp you. Just be aware of that. And you have now got yourself some heroic loot. The other Cabal event is the Injection Rig. Now this one's a little bit trickier and a lot of people seem to be struggling with this one, especially solo. At the very beginning, all the vents except for 1 are open, so you can actually do damage to the vents, but the way that you make this event heroic is, see these vents? You have to drop those vents, make them smoke. As soon as they start smoking, move on to the next one, move on to the next one. There are 3 main spots for the vents. 1 spawns on either side at the top, 1 on either side, on opposite sides, and the middle, and then underneath, just here, you can see the 3rd vent. And if you drop that, the easiest way to do it is with pulse grenades if you've got a Striker Titan handy, or solar or void grenades, vortex grenades if you're running either a Warlock, or if you've got a Hunter with Night Stalker subclass. Every time you drop a Scion, you have to make sure you get at least 1 vent, because you only have 3 attempts and there are 3 vents for you to get down. If the main boss spawns at the end of the event and you haven't got all of the vents smoking, that's game over. So make sure you get it down as quickly as possible, kill the boss, and congratulations, it's heroic. Just watch out for these interceptors that also spawn when it is heroic.
We took down the commander and their rig.
An anomalous success
The final event is the Taken Blight event on, is this IO? IO, yep, IO. So I was confusing myself earlier, but it is IO, and this Blight event spawns when it begins. A big Blight spawns right in the middle, and then smaller Blight spawn around it. Now that big Blight is immune. The way that you attack that, and the way that you make it heroic, is to drop that big Blight. How you attack it is by going in and out of the smaller Blight just there, and you'll get a buff called Blight Receding. You can shoot at the main Blight. It says it's 4-second timer, but it counts down to 0 obviously, which gives you 5 full seconds. And then what you can do is, while that is active, you can actually do damage. So you need to drop that as quickly as possible. So you go in and out of the other Blights. As soon as it hits 0, dip in and back out of the other Blight and continue doing damage, and eventually you will drop it. It will go down. It may take 2, sometimes it can take 3 waves of this Blight to drop it, but eventually it will go down if you persist, and that's how you make it heroic. If you are the only person shooting it, obviously it will go down a lot slower, but if there are more people shooting at it, that's easier for the event to go heroic. The downside is not many people shooting ads. Once it's heroic, you drop this Gigantor Cabal dude, and when he goes down, that's the end of the event. Congratulations, you've again got yourself some heroic loot. That's the event in a nutshell. That's how you make events heroic. I hope you got something out of this video, Guardians. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can catch me on Twitter, Twitch, and on Instagram, BoylerRoom81. If you've got any questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them in the comment section below. Always look forward to reading those and getting back to you as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching, Guardians. I'll see you next time.
Another day, another Taken champion defeated.